Tyra Banks is trending after a former top model contestant talks about their pay. Jussie Smollett's case is underway, and a petition is calling for Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith to stop doing interviews. What's going on, socialites? I'm Alexis Joy with Hollywood Unlocked, and this is What's Trending. Tyra Banks and the producers of America's Next Top Model are currently under fire for low pay and mistreatment of their contestants. Now, if you all remember, the infamous competition show brought out some big names like Eva Marcel, Winnie Harlow, and Keith Carlos, to name a few. Well, some of the former contestants are now coming forward, sharing their details about their pay. A Twitter user named Jiggy J was tweeting all things about America's Next Top Model when she said the fact that girls on America's Next Top Model were getting paid $40 an episode and Tyra and the judges were making bank is kind of sick. Now, Sarah Hartshorn, who competed on season 9 of the modeling competition show, responded to that tweet saying, $40 a day, no residual, and we had to pay for food. Now, after sharing her story, many asked Sarah why she didn't just leave the show, to which she responded saying, actually, we signed a contract that said we had to stay. You could break it, but you couldn't just walk out. There were handlers and security and lawyers who threatened us with million-dollar lawsuits if we didn't abide by the contract. Now, if you're not familiar with the show's concept, dozens of women and later on in further seasons men joined the show, competing in weekly challenges until one model was left standing and given the title America's Next Top Model. They would also win a modeling contract, money, and so much more. Now, over the years, this show has been the focal point of a lot of trauma these models face, as well as statements made by Tyra and the show's producer have been brought up for questioning. As of now, Tyra has not responded, nor has anyone from the show's production, but if there's any response, we will be sure to keep you up to date. The trials against actor Jussie Smollett is currently underway, and some of the details the jury is reviewing has many asking what really happened. On day 2 of the trial, prosecutors are claiming that the attack that took place on January 29, 2019 was fake, and video shows Jussie doing a practice run a few days before. Now, it's been nearly 2 years since this attack on the Empire star happened on the streets of Chicago. This all began when Jussie says that he received a letter to Fox Studios threatening him and laced with a powdery substance. A few days later, he claimed that he was attacked by 2 people he didn't know who yelled racial slurs while socking him in the face and pouring a chemical on him before leaving a rope wrapped around his neck. Now, 2 days later, the brothers were arrested and later claimed that Jussie paid them to orchestrate the entire attack. Smollett is currently facing 6 counts of disorderly conduct and a Class 4 felony, which carries a sentence of up to 3 years in prison. Jussie did appear in the court with his whole family and has pled not guilty to everything. Now, for a more in-depth view on this entire case, you can check right back here for an episode of Now You Know. Closing out some of today's top trending stories is Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, whose intimate interviews prompted a petition for them to stop doing interviews altogether. Now, the petition recently popped up on change.org with the goal of 2,500 signatures to stop Will and Jada from being interviewed, and as of now, it's managed to almost reach that goal. Now, if you have been keeping up with the news outlets like ours, you would know that Jada and Will, over the past few months, have decided to share details about their intimate time, leaving little to the imagination. These details include admissions from Will that he was sleeping with so many women that it made him throw up every time he orgasmed, Jada sharing her thoughts on threesomes, Will revealing that he contemplated killing his father, and sharing that he wanted to have a harem of girlfriends, and let's not forget about the infamous entanglement that Jada had with August Alsina. Now, Will recently released his self-titled memoir, Will, where he goes into more details about his personal life, but given the fact that they are such public figures, this petition might not go too far. Well, socialites, those are just some of today's top trending stories. You can head over to HollywoodUnlocked.com for those and so many more. While you're there, make sure you like us on Facebook, you're following us on Instagram, and you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Until next time, I'm Alexis Joy, and that's What's Trending.